Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Everdell. I don't need a tutorial, local play. Can I just solo play? Perfect. There's also pass and play, and I don't know what Rugwart's trials are, the challenges, but no, it's just going to be me and 3 AI. I'm going to throw it on easy for now. I don't know how hard the AI is going to be. And mostly I just want to showcase the game more than anything else. Reminds you of Redwall, for obvious reasons. Okay, so Everdell is a, gosh, you know, there's a term for what kind of board game this is, but I cannot tell you off the top of my head. Effectively, it's a score-tech board game, much in the same way as Terraforming Mars or Wingspan, where you're not directly competing with players in a way that, like, you're affecting them for the most part. Instead, you're just competing with them for the highest score you possibly can. You have a tableau down here, you have a hand, you have resources. You can play, what is it, 12 cards? It's either 12 or 14 cards before you're like totally tapped out and can't play anymore, and then the game ends, kind of the end of the season. So you have to be a little careful about what you put down so you don't just put down whatever you want. It looks like I'm playing as the hedgehogs, who are hella cute. And I get 2 workers to work with for this season. There are 4 seasons in the game. I think there's 4 seasons. Because it's summer, fall, winter, and then spring. And that's kind of the end of it. Yeah, Eurogame, German style game. I feel like there should be a better name for that, for it than that. Okay, so each card also has its own unique effects and costs. So for example, the Gatherer requires 2 berries, may share a space with a Harvester, and is worth 3 extra points if paired with Harvester, plus is worth 2 points base. And also, if you notice, it says farm in the top left. Here's the farm. So specifically, the farm works with the Harvester and the Gatherer. It costs 2 wood and 1 amber, and it's worth 1 point, and it just gets me 1 berry, and that's it. I don't think it's a repeatable. I don't think it's a repeatable. I forget if there's a, if it's once per season or if it's just once, period. So specifically, if I put this down, I can actually play both the Harvester and the Gatherer for free, because the farm has space for them, or whatever the logic is. So to some degree, it's worth it for me to get the farm down, especially if I already have the Gatherer, because that's just easy, quick points. Also, when I'm talking about like 12 spaces, the Gatherer I don't think takes up the space on the farm, because they're placed on top of it, so they share space. You may pay up to 2 resources to get an equal amount of resources. No, maybe you actually do get that whenever you proc the season bonus. There's a UI that shows you this kind of thing in the a UI that shows you this kind of thing in the board game, but it's not here, so I guess I'll be fine. So I'm just gonna keep looking at what I've got. We've got the palace, which requires a ton of resources, and you can place the queen for free on it. And it's worth 1 extra point for each unique construction in your city. So the chapel, for example, is a unique construction. Means I can only have 1 of them. Place 1 point on this chapel. So I can put a worker here to put a point on the chapel, draw 2 cards for every point on the chapel. So it's a good way of getting extra cards without too much. Theater, just extra value for every unique critter. Another peddler, and a school, which is extra value for common critters in play. We also have just a bunch of these. Let's see, 1 point for each of your unused amber and stone to a maximum of 6. Runes is good for cycling things out. Play a critter or construction from the meadow for 3 fewer. So this is the meadow. It's a selection of common cards that everybody can see and pull from as they will. And then the judge, who's actually really good. When you play a critter or construction, you may replace 1 resource with another, which is actually obscenely good if you can combo certain things together. And I know the first time I played this, Shell had a judge and a courthouse, and more or less was able to just like put things down, not for free, but with just tons of resources at she effectively had a ton of berries and could just use those to build buildings somehow. So these are different bonus objectives. So for example, if I have 3 peddler looking card icons, I don't think I have any. This is 3 scroll cards in your city to claim this event. Do I have any of those? No, I do not. Let's see. You must have 3. Yeah, so I don't think we have any of these at the moment. Well, I guess we're kind of close to this one. So if we have 4 growth cards, green cards, and then there's these up here. If you have like the chip sweep and the clock tower, you can snag this by putting a worker on it, and it gives you bonus points at the end, which is worth it. But now I gotta figure out what the heck I'm doing. So we need resources to build anything. We can go journeying, which discard cards equal to the number of that, only available in the autumn. So that's the last thing I can do, I think. I don't exactly remember how the seasons work. Haven, discard any number of cards, and then gain 1 resource for every 2 discarded. So it's a good thing if you have a big card engine or just too many cards. You can also put workers here for small amounts of resources, but there's bigger ones over here. If you notice, by the way, there are paws. There are some that are open and some that are closed. If they're closed, that means only like 1 critter can be placed on this per season. But if they're open, any number of people can use this one. So you really can have quite a lot of people gaining sticks and drawing cards, gaining points and drawing cards. But the rest of these you have to compete for it. So the question is, what do I want to do? Because 2 cards and 1 resource is okay. Discard any number of cards and then draw 2 for each discard. Oh, that's interesting. I don't want to say that might actually be what I want to go for. But I might actually want to toss like one of the 2 peddlers. I might keep the chapel, because I know the chapel is good, especially if we can get a shepherd. But toss the palace and the theater, just because they're good point cards, but they're not good for production. Same thing kind of with the school. So toss 1, 2, 3, 4 cards and get 8 back and potentially have a little bit more options. The only immediate problem is it could put me in a position where I no longer have access to the resources I might want. Which could be a bit of a doozy. I've got to think about this. And we each get to take 1 turn placing workers down and doing other things. So I think I'm going to go for the wildcard option of really cycling my hand out and getting a bunch of different stuff to see if I can have more things to play with. Because I want the farm. Do I want the peddler? Yeah, I really do want that peddler. Oh, wait, what? Draw 2 for each discard. It only gave me 1. Unless you have a max hand size of 8? What? I've never heard of a max hand size. But yeah, it must be. Shoot. Well, in that case, let's try that again. That's a, I guess that's a rule I didn't know. I mean, it's fine, but yeah, most board games have a max hand size. Oh, you're right. I think I do remember that. It's been a while. Yeah, can't you check the rules? I think via the tutorial. Action log. Yeah, I don't think there's a rules option. It would have been nice. Oh. It would have been nice if there was a warning of like, hey, you're gonna have to discard cards or something. Yeah, I vaguely remember this rule now. Oh well. We still have the Gatherer and we have the Farm, which are the 2 that I really care about. Everything else, I don't know. What is the Monastery? Worker stays here permanently. Give 2 to an opponent, gain 1 point. So effectively, it's a very good final thing to play, but otherwise not the greatest. So let's take a look at what we've got for actual options now. Slightly different. We need sticks and amber, and I don't think we have sticks and amber as an option. What else do we have? Because we have farms, we have a lot of farms and harvesters. Damn. So what? I don't have many critters, so I really just have the Gatherer as my only actual critter, and otherwise I'd just have a bunch of locations. Which isn't the worst. Because if they show up, I can just snag them. So in that case, I think the easiest and best thing for me to do would be to snag amber sooner than later. It's one of the hardest resources to get along with stone. I don't see any universal... There's one here, if I want to gain a resource of any kind. But I'll leave that for later. I'm going to snag the... Oh, I'm the turtles now. I'll take it. Discard any number of cards, then gain 1 resource for every 2 discarded. Got it. So the squirrels took the sticks. The hedgehog... Or... Where'd the hedgehogs go? Or the hedgehogs did Haven? Oh, I see. They went before me. So it was, this squirrel already did draw 2 and play 1 for... Oh, 1 less. That's interesting resource-wise. That might almost work. Draw 2 cards from the meadow, so I think this is the meadow. And then play for 1 less. That's interesting. Not the most helpful because I only have amber at the moment. So, for example, I could actually get like a general store down if I wanted to. They took the sticks there. Rules in the option menu under gameplay, was it? Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh boy. Yeah, set up playing cards. Oh, and it's 15 cards limit. There we go. Yeah, strict hand limit of 8. You can never have more than 8 cards in your hand. If you draw cards, you can only draw up to 8, no more. If you're required to give cards to an opponent, give an opponent who has room in their hand if possible. Okay, so there we go. Must have mixed it up with another game. I don't know. Okay, so this is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So the main question is, what do we want to do? I've got my amber. I might want to go for sticks. And we get a wanderer. Works with the lookout. I don't think we have that. Okay, so do we play a card or prepare for a season? Let's put the farm down. Because I have no more workers, so I can't do anything. I'm going to get my gatherer down, because he's linked. Play for free by occupying this construction. Absolutely. Mouse also played a harvester. Oh. So I guess this does take up the same slot. Oh, that's interesting. Is there anything else I can do? I have 1 amber and 1 berry. And nothing more. So I don't think I can do anything else for the moment. Yeah, so we get our workers back. And we're on to spring. Oh, so it starts winter, spring, autumn. I guess there's just no visual element. There's usually a tree where you can actually see what season you're on and where the players are, but it looks like they don't have that. So, we've got a couple of things that we can do. Play a worker, play a card. So I've got 2 berries and an amber. So I can play the Wanderer, which lets me draw 3. Play Peddler. I could also play the Undertaker. Discard 3 from the meadow, replenish, then draw 1 card from the meadow. Let's see. And then Barge Toad, 2 stick for every farm. It's an option. Let's see. It looks like hedgehogs already went. Squirrels still on the previous season, I think. Or they already went. Or no, they already hit this season first. And I have 3 of these to work with. So the main question is, I have no stick. I have a lot of berries. Oh, wait. Can I not play the harvester? Well, in that case, I'm going to snag that. And let's see. Gain 1. If you have a farm in your city, gain 1 additional. Storehouse. Place those in the storehouse from the supply. Take all resources on this card. So that's pretty good. I don't think we have a chapel. I don't think we care about any of the rest of these. Who do we want to snag instead? Because the fairgrounds are interesting. The general store gets me a lot if I want to get a bunch of creatures down. Which, like, okay, potentially not bad. I could actually get the general store down quick. Okay, so let's confirm that. Now, play one... Choose one to play for free. So I could do this, which would give me, yeah. So I'm going to play that. Because now I can get my harvester down. So gain 1 resource if paired from a gatherer, and you have at least 1 farm in your city. Yep, that's a pretty good combo. Now, we could also look at some of these. Doctor, you may pay up to 3 berries to gain 1 point each. Undertaker, storehouse. I don't have enough resources for any of these. Do we play the harvester? Because it'll give me a resource. We'll want to play it before the end of the season, which is good, but I might want to snag one of the more exclusive things. Stones seem to have been taken already. And what is my hand size currently? 7, so I can't draw too much. Because, yeah, I could do this, but that would be iffy. If I can gain any resource, I think what I'm going to do is take my turtle, and we're going to gain the amber again. Because then what I can do is potentially use my harvester. There's another gatherer. Do we have anything else that stands out? Because if I use my harvester, I can get a stone. Because yeah, I can put it out. Gain 1 resource if paired with the gatherer, and you have at least 1 farm in the city, which I do. So this would let me get any resource that I want. So the storehouse lets me place either 3 sticks, 2 amber, 1 stone, or 2 berries on the storehouse from the supply. And then I can gain all of those resources if I want. He likes the ruins. We have the dungeon and we have the castle, which is expensive. But benefits from common constructions. We might actually want to get the mine down more than anything else. The mine or the fairgrounds? What is the mine? Mine works with the miner mole. I don't think we've seen one of those go by. But the only immediate problem with this is I do not have much for sticks. Do we take the sticks? Because I can do the sticks, then we play the harvester, get the singular stone, put the mine down, get me another stone. Don't think I can do much with that, but I like where I'm going with this. Let's take the 3 sticks. Okay. So if you notice, I'm still on spring. The hedgehog and the squirrel are actually already on summer, so they're ahead of me. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. It just means it's its own thing. Okay, so put the harvester down, and we are going to gain 1 stone. The one thing about them getting to the end of the seasons faster is that potentially gets them access to maybe a couple of these a little quicker. Let's see. Monastery. No. So no, that's the fairgrounds. We want the mine. Oh, yeah, of course. Now, I could also play the monastery if I wanted to. I think I'm going to save my resources. We could also snag the storehouse. But I haven't seen the woodcarver go by. There's also the king. 1 for each basic event you've achieved, 1 for every special event you've achieved. I don't think I've ever seen him in play. Let's see. Works with the cemetery. Oh, but if the king is here, we might want to rush the castle. So I think I'm just gonna... You have cards to play, you want to prepare for the next season? Yes. Like spring and autumn, you do not trigger production cards when preparing for the summer. Instead, you take 2 cards from the meadow and add them to your hand. So long as you're not at your hand limit. Okay, so I'm actually gonna snag the king. And the... What do we snag? Doctor, storehouse, shepherd. Gain 3 food, then gain 1 for every point on your chapel. That one's interesting, and I do like it. I just don't know if we're gonna get a chapel here. Or what does the king benefit from? From every basic event you've achieved, and yeah, castle. 1 point for every common construction in your city. So I've got 3 of them so far. So we might want to look for another common construction that's cheap enough to get down. Which pretty much is just the post office or fairgrounds or storehouse. I think I'm gonna go with those 2. Okay. Oh, and there's the minor mole. Ooh. Copying ability in somebody else's city. That's kind of tempting. I think I might swing for that for starters. A lot of the resource things are kind of full to begin with. We're going to snag the minor mole. Okay. So play for free by occupying this construction. And then I can snag a farm. Some sticks. Okay. I can also gain 1 resource of my choosing. So that's a question. I guess the main thing is, what do I need for the castle? I need 3 stone. I already have 2 sticks, so I need 3 amber and 3 stone. So... Jeez. In that case, I might actually want the harvester. He's got the crane. Crane is good. For 1 stone, when playing a construction, you may discard this crane from your city to play that construction for 3 fewer. That one's huge. So I think I'm actually going to snag the harvester. Oh, can I not? Yes, I can. Give myself a stone. I'll have to get access to 1 more stone here. Somehow. Harder than it looks. There is currently no means for me to get stone save for tossing cards into the void. Which, I mean, is a thing. Discard a construction from your city, gain resources equal to that construction's cost, and draw 2. So, I could get the runes, sack the mine. It's an option. Otherwise, we could just go for the amber and hope the squirrel is about to switch seasons. Not going to, but that's okay. When playing a construction or a critter, you may place a critter from your city face down beneath this dungeon to decrease the cost by 3. Pairs with the ranger. It's kind of expensive and doesn't help me that much at the moment. It also only has 2 slots, if boosted by the ranger. We also have the... Ooh, we do have the postal pigeon. Reveal 2 cards. You may play 1 worth up to 3 points for free. Discard the other. Ooh, that's interesting. I might actually want to snag the post office then. It won't let me play the, It won't let me play the other stuff. Like, it won't let me play the castle. But it could let me play... So we play the post office. Get the... post office just lets me switch my cards out, which is nice. But so we play the post office, then snag the postal pigeon. Hopefully this will clear out at some point, one of these 2, because stone is our big bottleneck here. We'll need to get some more amber, but that's a little bit more accessible-ish. Namely, I can get amber here. A bit slowly, but it's fine. Oh. Oh, and then we could sack the post office, potentially. Use the runes to get the post office resources back. And then play the dungeon and jail the pigeon. Like a complete monster. It's an interesting strategy. I don't know if it's going to work. The other option would be like the storehouse. But I think I like this whacked out one. The only immediate problem is so reveal 2 cards, may play one worth up to 3 points for free. So unfortunately that would just let me play the fairgrounds. Oh, so that's what I would use the runes on to get the resources back. Yes, I like this strategy. Free resources. Now, there's a very real possibility I'm still going to lose, but who knows? You never know in these games. Oh, he snagged the runes. So my strategy did not pan out. They snagged it first. He stole my pigeon! That's fine. It's not fine. I'm actually a little upset about that. Dang little jerk. Well, what do we do? I no longer know, actually. Let's see, because we still can't gain stone. Let's see. I've got 3 workers. We have the ability to sacrifice cards. I could gain some food, but I like that the least. And they're hogging the couple ways that I could get stone. We could play the storehouse, but it would not help me. Dang pigeons. Oh, and you took the Harvest Festival, which I actually could have taken. Had I been thinking on the previous round. Nuts. Alright. Well, the monastery is nah. The dungeon is also kind of nah. There are some fun ways to play the dungeon, but I cared very little for it. So let's just snag the amber. It's not my best. The other thing is drawing a bunch of cards. Oh, hey, we just got the postal pigeon anyway. That's sick. So we can also play the Haven, discard any number of cards, discard, and gain a resource for every 2. So that actually does give me an option. Wait, he can do that? Huh. Well, I guess we'll play that. Okay, so I'm gonna reveal... Oh. Oh, so this is reveal 2 cards from the draw. Okay, that's a little different. Because I thought this was reveal it from my hand, not... Okay. Well... So the runes would let me recycle a thing if I wanted to. Because I could straight up recycle the post office, which is an option. Otherwise, we could just grab the school for some extra bonus points. Considering I'm at 7 cards and I'm probably not going to get more, the school's actually lightly tempting. Because I should have a lot of common critters in my city. So let's just go for that. Okay. Oh, well, there was a ranger. It is now gone. The hedgehog played the post office, so if I wanted to snag that, give an opponent 2 cards, discard any number of cards, and draw up to your hand limit. I like that. Because that way I can cycle a bunch of cards that I don't need. Pretty much everything except for the castle and the king. We get rid of those. And throw a bunch on. And this would let me kind of select what I want to do. We didn't end up snagging the doctor, so the university isn't super good. A bunch of harvesters and gatherers, which I can't do anything with. Yeah, I'm gonna snag that. Okay. And who has cards? I guess I've got to give it to the hedgehog. Okay, so we're gonna give him the dungeon, the fairgrounds, the wanderer, and the monastery. Oh, I can't give him any more than that. Okay, let's give the Wanderer then. Okay, choose cards to discard, so we can get rid of these two. Ah, there we go. Oh, gotta drag him up. Okay, keeping the castle and the king. And then we draw up to our hand. Perfect. So that actually... Oh, that gives us exactly what we needed. Because now we've got the crane. And unless I'm mistaken... Okay, so crane costs 1 stone, but I can play for 3 fewer. So I just need like 1 more amber, and then I can afford the castle, and then I can afford the king. So other things we should take a look at is just what to get down. When playing a critter, you may discard this innkeeper from your city to decrease the cost by 3. Oh, that's interesting. That's not a bad overall price. And yeah, I like the judge, but a little too late for that one. So, main question is, do I snag the stone spot with my singular remaining worker? I think I'm going to. I don't know if that's going to help or hurt anybody, but worth it anyways. How is this game? Absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the best board games I've ever played, and also a fantastic digital board game variant. It's a little pricey. It's 20 bucks, but I love it. Okay, so we get the crane. It looks like this squirrel is my main competition, but he's still on autumn. Mouse might actually be a little bit more competition than I think. So, University is interesting and a little late, but discard a critter or construction from your city, gain resources equal to that card's cost, then gain 1 resource and a point. It'd be a really interesting way to get certain things down. But I think I just don't care. Oh, we also got a barge toad. Because what I might want to do is, on the final round, get like the innkeeper down and then the barge toad. Undertaker, barge toad, teacher, university, judge and queen. Yeah, haven't seen any of those go by. I'm always really bad for the bonus objectives, frankly. So. Save for playing the university, which is good. I just don't know who I would get instead of the... Unless, of course... Now, the king is worth 4 points. It'd be really interesting with the king. To actually just immediately sacrifice him. Using the university. So, put down the university instead. Then get the castle in the next season. Put down the king, then sacrifice the king using the university. To get a whole bunch of food. And then I could throw down a bunch of spare people if I wanted to for points. The main question is that actually particularly smart? I've got 9 cards, I can fit 6 more. I have 1 berry. It does also say a construction. So I could potentially snag, like, the general store or the mine. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna throw the university down. Sack the crane. The only immediate problem is, I might not be able to get the stones required. No, I think I will. Okay, so we're gonna cycle, because we don't want the dungeon, we don't want anything else. Okay, so the journey location has been unlocked for use. Journey allows players to convert unwanted cards into victory points. You can do that here. I think the squirrel might even be done. Or, no, they're not. Okay, choose a production to activate. So I need... Oh, I have 3 stone. I think somebody must have given it to me then. Oh no, my resource production procced. That's what got me. Okay, so we don't have a chapel. We do have a monastery. Okay, oh, choose a production card to activate. So we can do only 1. Let's see. Does anybody have an interesting production card that would actually be useful for me? Because looks like my mine is already activated. The main question is, what do we need? I do need 1 stick, but that's super, super trashy. I could also just use this to gain an amber. Because I don't think I'm going to need stone at this point. Oh, we do actually have a chapel. Shoot. It's a little late for the chapel, but that actually is also quite good. It is a unique construction though, which is a bit of a eh. Okay. So if I copy the miner mole, I could gain 2 sticks. Otherwise, I could gain the singular amber I need. Can I do? Yeah, I can only do 1. Or is that my miner mole actually currently proccing? Wait, it probably is actually. How do I undo? Huh. Oh, I can't undo it. Or do you only get 1 per season? Hold up. I actually got to check the rules on this one. Okay, prepare for season. Spring, autumn. Activate all production cards in your city. So, I guess we're going to start with the mole. Copy production of somebody else's. Gain 2 for every farm in your city. This guy's got 2. I don't know if that actually gets me 4 sticks. Okay, and then we want the singular amber. There we go. Okay. We got the resources we were looking for and a little bit more. Ooh. Probably could have used the stone, but maybe we'll get another one. Oh. And... wait, no, I have a chapel. Okay. So, Wild Gambit here. Okay, hold up. How many cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I'd like to do this, but I can't do it this round. I could play a card first and hope it works. We're gonna play the chapel. Okay. Because I think I want to snag this one, get 2 extra cards. Okay, so I'm going to need 1 stone. I'm also going to need some amber, but it's fine. We also get the architect. 1 point for each of your unused amber. That's okay. We also get another farm. Interesting. We do have another harvester and gatherer. The only immediate problem is points. It's not a bad idea, though. Ah, they snagged the shepherd. Nuts. Well, that's okay. It doesn't... this does not screw me. No matter how much they try. Okay. I'm gonna go for the double amber. I have 4 workers left, which still is quite a lot. Everybody's really cycling. However, it looks like the squirrel is pretty much done. They have no more workers. Ooh. I might actually want to snag this before anybody else gets it. I think that's the only one I'm going to be able to get. Okay. And that squirrel is still rolling. Okay, so now we're going to play the castle. Let's see. I do see another farm there, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so I gotta remember, I need to do the university. The bard. Requires the theater. Okay. So now we have to play the king. So the king is worth 6 points. Which is a consideration. If I sacrifice the king, can I gain more than 6 points? That's a question. Okay, let's take a look, because we can also potentially sacrifice, like, the postal pigeon instead, who's worth nothing. And would give me just enough sticks. I think we might want to hold on to the king. I think we might actually want to throw the throw our worker onto this. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the postal pigeon. Because the postal pigeon's worth 0 points. Send the pigeon to the university? Absolutely. Do we get a stick out of this? That feels really wasteful. But is there anything else that I even played? Nope, gaining a stick. How much more does the freaking squirrel have? Oh, it's fine. I'm still trouncing him as far as resources go, so it really doesn't bug me too much. Alright, so now we play the farm down. We also have the teacher as kind of a last-minute free thing. I don't think any of them are going to be snagging it. I'm going to grab the free harvester. Because it's worth 2 points. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't actually get its activated ability because it's not paired with the other one. They kind of snagged that from me. They stole my teacher. Shoot. I mean, all things considered, not the end of the world. Let's see. What can we do? Architect. Isn't that interesting? So I think I might want to just wipe my hand out. Like, the woodcarver would be interesting. Actually, I'm gonna hold on to the woodcarver. Because that's the only one that's moderately helpful here. Everybody else ain't gonna help me too much. Okay. That gives me some options. So, we do have the inn. Play a critter or meadow. Critter or construction in the meadow for 3 free. I just do not have enough resources to do any of that. I could chuck my dudes into the haven, but I don't think that's going to help. So, we do have the queen. Play a card worth up to 3 points for free. Oh, we did get rid of our innkeeper, didn't we? Well, that's fine. I only have 1 worker left, too. But, I mean, honestly, playing the queen down just periods sounds like a fantastic choice. Oh, let's see. Are all of these? Queen and a judge. Well, chances of me finding another judge are low. And there's no way for me to cycle my hand out further. It's fine. Snag the queen. Damn. They're still going. The mouse might actually straight up just beat me. Which is certainly interesting. Not horribly surprising. So maybe what we do is we actually go for the 3 remaining sticks and then just play the woodcarver down for the extra points. I think that's the goal. I could have done Journey, but I think this is better. Okay, play the woodcarver. And pay up to 3. Alright, 58 points, that's the most I've got. I think the mouse is gonna win, followed by me. Whatever the mouse did, it's worth a lot. Let's go ogle what he's done. So he's at capacity, so he might actually not be able to do anything. What did he snag? The Harvest Festivals. Yeah. It must have been other bonus objectives. Oh, I can do nothing. No, I win. Yeah, the mouse locked himself out, so he couldn't do anything else. So it worked out fine. Well, anyway, that was a ton of fun. Everdell remains one of my favorite board games ever. It's absolutely gorgeous. The music that they added for the digital version is solid. The mechanics make a lot of sense, and it's fairly quick. I actually really like how fast the digital version is. Normally when I play this in person, it usually takes an hour and a half. The digital version handling all of the nitty-gritty, like, immediate mechanics meant that it was actually over and done with in 45. And that speed and expediency, like, really, speed and efficiency? Expediency and efficiency? I don't know. Tomato. Yeah, that stuff really goes a long way to making this feel a lot more accessible. It's kind of the same way with, like, Armello and Transforming Mars and Root and whatnot. Like, these digital board games have really been quite good, and I'm very surprised with how well this one plays. And honestly, I might actually play this occasionally either with Wholesomeverse, if I can get some extra keys for this, or also just with Shell, because I think that would be kind of fun. Especially because we have the physical thing, and so I think once we have a board game recording setup going, we might actually just do this in person too. But with all of that said, I guess let's move on to the next. But this is a good one. Keep an eye on it if you're interested in playing digital board games, especially with family and friends who might not have the patience for, playing the physical thing.